Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I have a brand new pick a card for you guys today. And today we are asking the question, what is in store for you this fall season? So this is basically your season of autumn, season of fall 2021 prediction. So it's basically going to be a general reading. You know, whatever is meant to come through comes through, whether it's in regards to your career, your love, your life, however, whatever it's supposed to be. And, you know, pretty much the fall season, because the fall season has just begun. So whatever may be in store for you for the remainder of September, October, November, and then heading into December when we start, you know, getting into Christmas time and the winter season. So we're going to take a look as to what's going on for you guys. Anyway, before I officially launch into this reading and introduce the piles to you, first of all, welcome back, subscribers. I love you guys. You're awesome. And if you're brand new, welcome, of course, as well. And I invite you guys to give this video a thumbs up because that definitely helps out the YouTube algorithm in, you know, letting people know that they're interested in my readings in these videos. And also leave me a comment down below. Feedback is always very helpful too. And if you're not already subscribed, I invite you to subscribe and hit that notification bell, because when you hit the notification bell, you're notified every time I do have a brand new upload, and you're also notified whenever I go live, in which I am live on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. I do readings during that time, and I would love to see you guys there. I would love to have you stop on by for that. And I'm open and available for private readings too. So if you wanted a reading done and maybe you wanted to keep it confidential, you didn't want to talk about it during a live or something like that, that's the perfect place and the perfect opportunity for one of those. So that's pretty much what's going on with that, between live readings, private readings, and just being here on my channel and hanging out. So definitely, it's awesome to have you here. So let me get into these pile introductions here. We have 4 lovely fall leaves, obviously, for a fall themed reading. A lot of things are going to be fall themed lately as it is, simply because it is fall now and it is cozy season, and I love cozy season. It's so much fun. I'm so excited because this is like my first real cozy season in a really long time. After living in LA for 15 years and then relocating back to the Midwest, I'm excited to experience leaves that will actually be changing these colors. So, pile number 1, we have this red maple leaf, and they're all kind of shiny. They're very, very shiny. So, the red maple leaf. Maybe if you're from Canada, maybe you'll like this one. I don't know. But yes, the red maple leaf is pile number 1. Pile number 2 is the gold leaf. Once again, they're all very shiny, shiny, shiny. So the gold leaf is pile number 2. Pile number 3 is the orange maple leaf. Shiny, shiny. I like how they shine. And pile number 4 is the red leaf, not maple version. Obviously, its shape is similar to the gold leaf, but except it is red in color. So those are your 4 different pile options, your 4 different leaf options. So however you like to pick your piles, go ahead and pick either the leaf that resonates with you the most, or the number, or by timestamp, however it is that works best for you. So timestamps are, of course, down below, and I'm going to go ahead and get started here with pile number 1, our red maple leaf group. Hi, pile 1. If you chose the red maple leaf, then this is going to be the reading for you to find out what is in store for you for fall 2021. All right, we're going to sit your little leaf over there. And we're going to kick things off and get started here with your tarot cards. See what's going on, see what's coming through with the Crystal Unicorn Tarot. And I'm just going to go ahead and lay these guys down here first. and then we'll connect the dots, put it together, see how they all relate, correlate, and what they have to say. So first we have the Nine of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups, Death, and the Four of Pentacles. Oh, this is so weird, you guys. I could have sworn I drew 5 for every pile. Let me double check here, because oh, maybe I didn't. I drew, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I drew 4 for every pile. I intentionally thought to do 5 for every pile of the tarot cards, but I don't think that happened. Oh my gosh, they all have 4 cards in them. I'm double checking the numbers on them right now, and I think they all have 4 cards, which is hilarious. I did not intend it like that. So I may go ahead and pull one more. Yeah, they all have 4. I was counting, and I was like, oh yeah, we're good. Okay, we're not good. I wanted to do at least 5. I know it's an odd number, but I was really feeling like 5. So I'm just gonna go ahead and shuffle up here really quick for you guys and add one more card for you for pile number 1. And before I even get into the other piles, I will add in a card for each one of them. That's so funny. Like, my counter was off. I don't know. I wasn't counting right. I could have sworn I put 5 down, but I didn't. All right. I'm just going to shuffle, and then split the deck, and we'll see what comes out as your 5th card to add to this, because I really want to do 5. Even though, like I said, I know it's an odd number. All right. I'm going to split the deck, and you guys got the Hanged Unicorn. So the Hanged Unicorn is going to be your 5th card, and the rest of these I will put to the side and add into the other groups when I begin them. All right, pile 1, my guinea pigs as usual, but that's okay. Let's get into what these tarot cards actually mean now. All right, so I feel like there's a lot of stuff going on here for you guys during the fall, but like a mixture of things. So, I feel like, number 1, let's start off with this 8 of Cups here. That was the first one that really stuck out to me. So the 8 of Cups is all about walking away from something. You know, as you can see on this card, this unicorn has its back turned to the cups. So it's basically walking away from the cups. It's ignoring the cups. It's not paying attention to the cups. So I feel like for you guys, there's something that you're going to be walking away from at some point during the fall season. But I don't feel like it's anything like bad or negative in you doing that. Like, I feel like it's something that you probably want to walk away from. Not something that you're feeling forced to walk away from, but something that you genuinely want to. Because usually when we have to walk away from something and move on from something, it's usually for our best, you know? Like if it's giving you anxiety and stress and sleepless nights and, you know, causing all these problems, whatever this thing is, it's probably better to get it out of your life than keep it in your life. Like, let's say you are at a job that makes you unhappy and it makes you miserable and it barely pays the bills and you don't get along with your coworkers and all that other kind of stuff. Why are you there? It may be time to walk away from that job, leave that job so you can move on to bigger and better opportunities. So you can move on to a job that is a healthy environment where maybe you're getting paid more and maybe you get along with your coworkers, or maybe it's an opportunity for you to start your own business or something to that effect. Or perhaps it's a relationship. Perhaps there's a relationship or a friendship, some kind of connection with somebody where maybe it's been unhealthy and toxic, and you know, you have less benefits coming out of that connection rather than positives, basically. So I feel like there's something that hasn't been good for you that you need to walk away from at some point during the fall. But like I said, it's going to be good though. Like, the outcome of this is going to be good. Like, it's going to be a positive thing, you walking away from this, you leaving this. It's going to open up better new opportunities for you guys in whatever area of your life this is in pertaining to. And I feel like for some of you guys, it may be hard to do that. I feel like deep down inside, you may know that this is the right thing to do, but I feel like it may be hard for you to do that with the Four of Pentacles, because the Four of Pentacles is about being greedy and guarded. And sometimes it's really hard to walk away from something if we have a sense of false security in it. So like going back to the job example, for example, maybe you know it's not right for you and you're unhappy with it and you should walk away from it and you should look for other opportunities, but what keeps you there is simply that paycheck, for example. You're like, but if I leave, I'm going to lose X amount of money every week or every 2 weeks or every month or whatever it is. I'm going to lose that money. So you hold on to it, kind of like this unicorn is holding on to this pentacle. You hold on to it. You keep it close to your heart and your chest, and you're guarded and you protect it, even though it's not really doing much for you. Could be the same thing in like a relationship thing or whatever. You know, maybe you're codependent on somebody and you don't really know what it would be like to just kind of be on your own and outside of that friendship or outside of that relationship or whatever it may be. So I feel like for some of you, there is going to be some resistance within yourself when it comes to walking away from this thing, that you're going to want to hold on to it. But there's always a breaking point. You know, things can only push us so far in regards to those terms. So I feel like there's eventually going to be a breaking point, and that's kind of where I feel like death and the hanged unicorn kind of go hand in hand in this instance, because death is all about transformation. It's about rebirth. You know, I usually never see the death card as a bad thing. I don't see it as like actual death or actual negativity. I see it as something very positive, because yes, death means endings, but at the same time, it means new beginnings. When something ends, it's always because there's something else that's about to start. And usually whatever the new thing is that's supposed to start is a good thing. It's positive. It's something that you've been waiting for, longing for, wanting. And so I feel like that's ultimately what's going to come of this situation, is going to be this transformation, rebirth into something else, you know, whether it's birthing out a new job, birthing out a new relationship, whatever it is, it's going to be something good. But I feel like a part of the death process is also this hanged unicorn position, because the hanged unicorn position is basically someone who is going within, someone who is, you know, a little quiet and kind of in their thoughts. There's transformation that happens for the hanged unicorn too, because whenever I look at this, I kind of look at it as like the caterpillar that has crawled into its cocoon, because when a caterpillar is in its cocoon, it is also hanging upside down just like this. And you know, what happens when that caterpillar is in the cocoon? There's transformation happening yet again, just like with this death card, it's transformation. And you know, the transformation process for a caterpillar, it's not fun. It's not easy. Basically, when a caterpillar is going from caterpillar to butterfly, their entire body kind of turns into like this big goo. It's like a liquid mass pretty much inside the cocoon as it's in the process of transforming. And can you imagine that? Like, think about your own body from like a physical standpoint. Like, imagine if your entire body had to like be melted in a sense into liquid goo in order to become the new you. I can't imagine that would be a fun experience. So transformation is not easy. It can be hard, it can be painful, but oh my gosh, it's so worth it, because when that caterpillar gets out of the cocoon, wow, just wow, look at it, you know, it's this gorgeous, beautiful butterfly. It doesn't have to like crawl around anymore with its body. It can take off and fly, man. It's got like this whole new view on life, this whole new perspective. And when you're in the hanged unicorn position, once again, that's what's happening. You're experiencing having a new perspective. So this is going to be a very transformative season for you guys. But it definitely starts with walking away from something, even though it may be hard, and then that transformation process is going to begin. And then with the Nine of Pentacles is definitely a positive card. It is just one pentacle away from the Ten of Pentacles, which is ultimate fulfillment, happiness, success, all that good stuff. So with the Nine of Pentacles, I feel like this is the outcome of that transformation. As long as you go through this and you actually do this, I mean, you're not going to get to this without going through this. But the Nine of Pentacles is someone who is single, sexy, independent, confident, someone who basically has their shit together is what it comes down to. And, maybe you're someone who's just like, yeah, but I don't want to be single. And I'm not saying that you will be. I mean, if anything, you may land into a relationship or have a renewal in your relationship or something like that coming out of this experience. But it's more so of this feeling within of independence and confidence and just like becoming this amazing version of yourself. Someone who can stand on their own 2 feet proudly and strong and has it together, So I feel like you can be headed for this, which is a very good thing, but there's going to be some transformation. So that's why I feel like this is kind of a mixed bag of a season for you guys. Like there's definitely difficulties, and I feel like the difficulties come in that transformation, but I do feel like there's going to be a really strong, really powerful, amazing payoff at the end of it, as long as you do it, as long as you go through it. You can't go around it, like if it was a mountain, you can't go around this mountain. You're going to have to go through the mountain, not around it, but it'll be worth it. So that's what I got for your tarot cards, but I have some oracle cards for you guys too, and we have some cards here from Written in the Stars, which is by me. This is one of my decks. My new deck, my first deck, however you want to put it. If you like this deck and if you enjoy it, it is for sale on Etsy for you guys to check out. And these are general messages as well. They have a little bit of everything. It has life, love, career, a whole bunch of stuff. It's pop culture themed basically. So there's lots of pop culture kind of references in it. So if you like that kind of stuff, then you may find this deck pretty fun and relatable for you. But let's see what messages come through for you from here. We have a love that withstands the ups and downs of time, like in the Notebook. So we got some love coming in. Walk the red carpet, sparkle, glow, shine. Traffic jam on the 405, delays ahead. And all that glitters isn't gold. So I'm going to start off here with all that glitters isn't gold. And I feel like this is in reference to the thing that you got to walk away from. I feel like whatever that thing is, I feel like you probably know that it's not very pretty. Maybe when you first got that job or you first got into that relationship or whatever it is, it looked fantastic on the outside. It's like if it was a present, the wrapping paper was amazing. Like it was like a wrapping paper expert professional who wraps the package, put all the bows in all the right places and, curled all the ribbons and made it all glittery and sparkly and all this really fun stuff. But then it's like when you opened that box, it was empty on the inside. There was nothing there. Whether it's in that relationship or in that job or, whatever that thing is you're supposed to be walking away from. So I definitely feel like this card is in reference to that. And I feel like that. Like deep down inside that it's not very pretty. It's not. With traffic jam on the 405, expect the delays ahead. I feel like, that's basically what this card is about. It is about delays, pretty much. If you guys know anything about Los Angeles and the freeways there, the 405 is notorious for just not moving, basically, and it being one gigantic parking lot. And sometimes our lives can feel like that one gigantic parking lot, and it's like no one is moving. Nothing is happening. No one's going anywhere. And that's kind of what it's like being in the hanged unicorn position. We can feel like nothing is happening because it is kind of this position of just kind of standing still while the transformation is happening. So, I feel like for you guys, there may be times of frustration where you do wind up walking away, and then you're in this hanged unicorn position where your transformation process is happening, but it can feel pretty painful because sometimes it can feel pretty slow. So I do feel like there are going to be tests of patience within this happening. And sorry about that. My phone decided to talk. But anyways, I feel like there's going to be tests of patience for you guys. And really when it comes down to delays, the only way you can possibly really delay this is if you're not doing this work. If you're not like actively participating in that transformation. If you're doing this, if you're doing the Four of Pentacles and being guarded and, protective of the thing that you need to let go of, if you're resistant to those changes that need to happen, that's going to create more and more delays. And that could extend all of this here happening even further down the line into, the winter or the spring or however far down the line it could be extended into. It could delay it more and more and more. So if you don't want to do that, it's probably best to just dig your heels in and get it done and do the work. And then we have a love that withstands the ups and downs of time, like in the Notebook. So, the Notebook is obviously a love story. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, this situation may be in regards to love. It may not be about a job, for example. Although if you are the job person, take it if it resonates. But I feel like for a lot of you guys, this may be in regards to a love situation. So I feel like there could be one of two scenarios going on. Either there is somebody that you're in a relationship or you're connected to that you do need to walk away with altogether so you can attract in and draw in a healthy, good, positive kind of love. That for some of you, it's like legit walking away from a toxic, nasty, unhealthy situation. For others of you, you could be dealing with a divine connection. You could be dealing with a divine person, like a twin flame or something like that. And I don't think it's so much that, you have to walk away from your person and say goodbye to your person. But you may kind of have to take a step back in a sense to take care of yourself if you want to see a transformation and a renewing in your relationship, in your connection, that it may not be able to grow and go much further and go to the places you would like to see it go if you don't kind of take a moment and take a step back and take care of yourself. So I feel like, that love that withstands all time thing is probably mostly in regards to those people because, bottom line is it withstands everything. It withstands all time. So you have the time to take that step back and to just take care of yourself. You have that time. You have all the time in the world to do that. They may need to do that too for themselves. Especially if it's a twin flame, chances are if you need to walk away and do some transformation, they probably need to do that a little bit too. But then the best part is you guys can come back together as these newer, better versions of yourselves and have a renewed love and stuff that's even better than where you left it before. So we also have a couple of oracle cards here from the Moonology deck, and we'll see what those have to say. A new start is coming, new moon. It's time to release negativity, full moon in Scorpio. And Hold your vision, fixed moon. I love how all these cards have correlated so well together. Like I could not have put that together any better way than how it came out. So obviously with it's time to release negative energy. This is why I'm saying I love it when cards reflect back on one another, because, you know, we have 3 different decks here and we have similar messages coming through each deck. So with releasing the negativity, I feel like that definitely is reflective of you needing to walk away from this thing that has been holding you back during the fall season. So like I said, it's not something that is, you know, it's not something that you love and you care about and is this beautiful, wonderful thing that you have to let go of. It's something that's negative. It's something that's not helping you. So by releasing it, that is a good thing, because that makes room for a new start to come. And a new start comes after all this transformation happens. That new start is you being in that 9 of Pentacles energy. That new start is you walking the red carpet, sparkling, glowing, shine. I don't even know if I mentioned this card, did I? I feel like I forgot it. I don't know where my brain is right now. I'm like having cards just drop out of my head apparently. But if I didn't talk about this one, I'm going to talk about it right now. Walk the red carpet, sparkle, glow, shine. That's basically the 9 of Pentacles here. The 9 of Pentacles is doing that. It's, like I said, that single, sexy, independent, confident kind of energy. Someone who has no problem standing on their own 2 feet and standing tall and being strong and being proud and, you know, not being a doormat, basically. You know, so not someone who's like, all about themselves either. Not someone who is, what's the word I'm looking for? Not someone who is, what's that word? It'll probably come to me when I move on to the next deck, knowing my luck. But not someone who is, you know, full of themselves or, you know, just self-absorbed or anything like that, but, you know, someone who has like a healthy amount of confidence in themselves, but still knows how to put up boundaries and, you know, just do things in a healthy way. So yeah, I feel like the 9 of Pentacles definitely reflects the walk the red carpet card, because you got it all in you. You got it all. You always have. It's just a matter of transforming the way you think, transforming the way you see yourself, transforming your own perception, because you probably just need to see this. I feel like there are other people around you who already see this, who already know this inside of you, that you have what it takes. So just do your thing. Sparkle, glow, shine. You got it in you. Don't be afraid to let it out. The world needs more of that. And the more you do that, the more that new start is coming. That's a part of that. The new start is a good thing. It's nothing to be scared of. You know, anything that you do walk away from that feels like it's lost, you're going to get double for your trouble. You're going to get more than you could ever imagine back in return. And then with hold your vision, with the fixed moon, I feel like that's a reminder to basically just do that. Hold your vision, you know, whatever your long-term goals are when it comes to this situation. So, you know, it's like, let's say your long-term goal is to get married and to have a family, right? So it may be hard sometimes to walk away from a toxic relationship in order to make space and room for a healthy one. But if you want that healthy relationship to reach that end goal of getting married and having a family, you're probably going to have to do that in order to get there. And, you know, even at the same token, even if it's just, you know, walking away from your thoughts and your perceptions and that kind of thing when it comes to your specific person, when it comes to like your twin flame and everything, if your main goal is union with that person, it's not going to happen if you're kind of being a bottom feeder in a sense with your thoughts. You know, there's a lot of chickens out there in the world. And I know this is going to sound strange, but just hold on with me here for a minute. I promise there's a point. So chickens, there's a lot of them. They kind of stick together and they all just peck at the ground, right? But if you look at eagles, they soar high in the sky and they soar up above the bad weather. They can see a lot more than a chicken can because they are soaring so high in the sky. They're majestic, they're beautiful, but eagles usually soar alone. Or if they have a mate, they have like that one mate and they're with that mate for life. But either way, they're not really a flock kind of a bird, is what I'm saying. So it's easy to be a chicken and just peck at the ground, but then your vision is kind of small. You don't get the perspective that an eagle does, obviously. So, if you in your twin flame relationship, if you've kind of had chicken vision when it comes to it, you may have to go through some of this transformation if you want to get to eagle vision with this relationship. So hold that vision for that eagle kind of outcome. It's a lot more fun when you can live your life soaring up above all the drama and all the chaos. It's a lot more fun when you can do it as an eagle rather than being sucked into everything like a chicken. Weird analogy, I know, but hopefully it made sense for someone. Either way, hold your vision is basically code for don't stop believing in your dreams. Even if it means you have to walk away from whatever it is temporarily, let go of something that's not good, it's going to be the best for you. It's like a tree or something that's growing. Sometimes you have to snip some branches away if you want newer, healthier growths to come along, or even your own hair for that matter. Like split ends can look all like bushy and it can make your hair just not look so nice. It doesn't look so good. It makes it look kind of stringy on the ends there, but once you cut those split ends, it looks really good. It looks nice. It feels nice. It's healthy. So cutting things away that don't serve us is not a bad thing. It's such a good thing because it makes so much room for so much more good things, you guys. But always remember, that doesn't mean that you're not cutting out your dreams, is my point. You are not cutting out your dreams. Your dreams are definitely still 100% there. Anyway, I feel like I'm rambling with that point. Finally, you guys, I have a card here from Loving Words from Jesus because, in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away. And you guys got, blessed are they that hear the word of God and keep it. Luke 11:28. So we're all capable of hearing the word of God, basically, which is, pretty much getting in tune within ourselves and hearing from Spirit. So you guys do have what it takes on the inside of you to hear that. We all have that, that still small voice that's inside of us. And never stop listening to that. Even if it seems confusing and everything, and you don't fully understand everything right away, that's okay. You are blessed. Keep tuning in and keep listening to that. So that's pretty much what I have for you guys for your fall season of 2021. Hopefully this message made sense and resonated for you. Of course, if the message didn't flow, please just let it go. But if it did make sense, please let me know and leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. Also, please give this video a big thumbs up. That definitely helps me out a lot. Feel free to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way. And also so you guys know whenever I go live, because whenever I go live, you will get that notification, as well as, when the new videos come out. And like I said at the very beginning of the video, lives are every Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I am open and available for private readings too. And like I said, if you like my deck here, Written in the Stars, which would be this group of cards right here, that is available for sale too over on Etsy. So all of that information is down below. in the description box. Otherwise, I am just so incredibly grateful and thankful to you guys for stopping on by, hanging out here with me for a little bit today. It definitely warms my heart and means the world to me. So I hope you guys have an amazing day. Keep sparkling. I'm sending you lots of hugs and much love. Hi, Pile 2. If you chose the gold leaf, then this is going to be the reading for you to find out what is in store for you for fall of 2021. All right. Come on, leaf, stand up. Thank you. All right, let's see what we got going on here for you guys. We're going to start off with your tarot cards, first of all, and I'm just going to go ahead. This is the Crystal Unicorn Tarot. I'm going to go ahead and just place them down here, and we'll see how they all connect the dots, see how they correlate, and what we need to know. So we have the Hermit, the Page of Swords, the Chariot, the Knight of Wands, and the Three of Pentacles. All right, interesting. So, the Hermit was the first one that came out. So I'm going to start off with the Hermit. So considering this one came out first, I feel like this is the card that probably represents where you guys are at the start of going into fall. So probably right now. This is probably where you are right now. If this isn't where you're at right now, if you haven't been in hermit mode, then maybe this isn't the pile for you. But I feel like for most of you guys, you're probably starting off the fall season in hermit mode. I feel like this was probably where you were at some point during the summer, and it's crossing its way over this type of energy into the fall season. So, hermit mode is basically about going within. It's, spending a lot of time in prayer, meditation, just kind of spending time with yourself. If you think about it really, for the past year and a half, almost 2 years now, we've all kind of been in hermit mode with everything that's happened with COVID and stuff, with lockdowns, quarantine, and that kind of thing that happened over the past year and a half. Everyone's been hermiting, basically. So I feel like, you may be someone who has kind of still been in that hermit mode. Maybe it's been slow for you to get back out into the world and reacclimate with human beings, basically, especially if you're someone who's like an empath or something like that. Being around other people can be very energetically draining as a whole to you. So it may feel even more draining than usual, especially if you've had this extended time in your life where you've kind of just been on your own, doing your own thing, being by yourself. And there's nothing wrong with being in the hermit mode. I think it can actually be very healthy. It can be a very good thing. We all need that time to kind of just like decompress. Hermit mode is like the equivalent of basically when you unplug yourself. It's when you unplug yourself from the world. And it's good to do that from time to time, but you should never do anything in over excess, obviously. And just like there needs to be a season to be in the hermit mode, there needs to be a season to get out there and to connect with others and to be a part of the world and be a part of life and that kind of thing. So I feel like this season may be coming to an end soon for you guys, but it's probably where you're at starting out things going into the fall. And the reason why I feel like that season is going to be ending, we have a few different things here. So first of all, we have the Chariot. And the Chariot is very much so the opposite of the Hermit. The Chariot is an action card. It's all about moving forward, taking action, seizing the day, basically. It can be about conquering your adversaries and things like that. But either way, it's a very strong, powerful card about movement and taking action. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, the fall is going to be a time where you kind of come out of your hermit mode. You decide to actually crawl outside of your house, basically, and get out there in the world and start taking action. You're going to start seizing the day. You're going to start doing things. You know, you're going to start probably making movements on things that you have been pondering and praying about and been in prayer about in meditation in the hermit mode here. So that could be a lot of different things. You know, it could be that, you know, maybe you're ready to step out there in the world and start a business or start a brand new job. Or it could be that you're ready to get out there and date or something like that. So whatever it is that you've been thinking about where you're like, yeah, it's time to take action. I've had plenty of time to just kind of, you know, sit in this mode of just being still. The season of being still is over. It's time to go forward and do the thing, whatever the thing is. And the reason why I feel like that's going to be happening, this switch, is we also have the Page of Swords. And the Page of Swords is basically a new thought, like new ideas. It's someone who's thinking about things. It's someone who is looking at things from a new perspective, basically. So I feel like while you have been in hermit mode, you know, you've kind of gotten these new ideas, these new perspectives, which is common. That is normal and happens a lot when we're in hermit mode. You know, we kind of have like these new ideas and new things come to us and new realizations and epiphanies and that kind of thing. So I feel like that's definitely been happening for you guys. But usually when someone is with the Page of Swords, the thing is, the pages in general, regardless of what page it is, they're usually the ones who are just thinking about it. They're not typically the ones who take the actual action. They're just kind of hanging back. They're kind of more the ones who are watching and observing. And, you know, once again, you've probably been watching and observing as you've been in hermit mode. It's like you may be in hermit mode, you may be kind of, you know, hanging out at home a lot, but that doesn't mean that you're stupid. That doesn't mean that you're, you know, blocking yourself out from the rest of the world in terms of knowledge, in terms of knowing what's going on out there and everything. I feel like you guys definitely know. You're definitely aware. You guys are a smart bunch for sure. But like I said, I feel like you're taking the knowledge of what it is you have been watching and observing and seeing while being in hermit mode, and that's going to propel you to take action. And to back up that action, we have the Knight of Wands. Now, the Knights are about movement. Once again, the pages are the ones who think about things, watch things, and observe things. But the Knights are the ones who actually take the bull by the horns, go forward, and they take action. They make movement on what it is they've been thinking about. So I feel like at some point during the fall, you guys are going to be ready. You're going to get into your chariot and you're going to go forward and you're going to take action here like this Knight of Wands. And wands are very, it's a very fiery energy. It is an energy that is full of passion, basically. And not only that, but as you can see with this knight here, he has the wind flowing through his mane. So he's not moving slow. He's moving quick. Like he's, you know, going out there and he's like, boom, I'm going out there. I'm going to do this thing. And I'm running towards the goal. I'm not doing a casual walk to that goal. I am sprinting. I am running. Like I am chasing after whatever that goal is. I am ready to go. So I feel like you guys are going to kind of take things from like a leisurely stroll in your life with whatever this thing is, and you're going to go into like turbo drive. It's going to be like 0 to 60, just vroom. It's time to go. Put the pedal to the metal, push on that gas. And, you know, when you put that chariot together, which is about action and movement and beating those adversaries, and you put it together with that Knight of Wands, which comes at things from a very passionate standpoint, you got something there that's really, really powerful. So I feel like you guys are going to, you know, switch gears here and go from being within and quiet and, you know, blah, 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 to, okay, vroom, time to go. And I feel like you guys are going to be so go, go, go because you have been in hermit mode for so long. Like, it's going to be easy for you to just put the pedal to the metal because you're, like, more than prepared. You probably spent more than enough time in hermit mode to get ready for this moment. And like I said, it could be in regards to anything. It could be in regards to a relationship. It could be your career. Maybe you simply want to get like into better physical health. Maybe this is going to be like I want to get fit journey kind of a thing. It could be a lot of different things. But, I feel like whatever it is, it's definitely a goal, an idea, it's a dream. It's something that, you're ready to make happen in your life. And with the Three of Pentacles is about working together. It's a collaborative effort. It's coming together with others and working hard. So, for example, if this goal is career related, for example, it could be that you're going to wind up meeting other people and collaborating with other people, working with other people to further your business or to, get a promotion or whatever it is that you may be doing. If it's a relationship thing, it's probably coming together with this other person, whoever it is that you're connected to, whoever it is that you're in a relationship with. It's coming together with that person and building a life together, building a solid foundation together. So I feel like whatever this thing is, you're not going to be alone on it in terms of this journey. You're not going to be alone on it in terms of taking these actions and moving forward. There are going to be others surrounding you, supporting you in it. It could be family, it could be friends who are like offering support and encouragement to you. Maybe if you're like starting a business or something, let's say you need some money or something, like you need a loan or whatever to kind of start things out. But I feel like I said, there's support. There's support there, and it is to help you build whatever this thing is you're taking action towards. It's to help build this solid foundation so it becomes something amazing in your life, whether it's in work, love, or something else. Okay, I've got some oracle cards here too for you guys. The first group of cards is actually my own deck. This is Written in the Stars. And I just released it, actually, so it's brand new. And it is, it's general messages is what it comes down to. It could be in love, in life, in your career, in whatever. So that's why I decided to incorporate it and include it in this reading, because it is general messages. And it's basically kind of like a pop culture kind of theme. So if you're into that kind of thing, you may like it and you may enjoy it. If you do, you're welcome to purchase it because it is available for sale. So anyways, let's see what messages you guys got from Written in the Stars. Pass through the red velvet ropes. You're on the right track. They see you as an A-lister. Someone has cruel intentions. And build a life together like a fixer-upper. All right. So, what I see going on with this is, number one, pass through the red velvet ropes. You're on the right track. I feel like that's confirming this, you guys, that you guys are on the right track. That you guys have spent a lot of time going within, being in that hermit mode, basically, to figure out what track you do need to go on, what track you do need to be on. And I feel like coming out of that hermit mode, when you're ready to take that action, when you're ready to get into that chariot and go, don't second guess yourself. There may be moments where you may second guess yourself and you're going to be like, I don't know, am I doing the right thing? Am I doing it? Don't second guess yourself. Don't doubt it. You're definitely on the right track. And if something does happen to go wrong, that something does take a wrong turn here or there, don't panic. Don't worry about it. There are no mistakes. Those things happen for a reason. It will ultimately get you back to where you're supposed to be. You'll always land where you're supposed to be at some point, even if there's detours along the way. But I feel like you guys are pretty much well set. I don't feel like there's going to be very many detours on this route. I feel like you guys are definitely already doing what you need to be doing. So if you're doubting it, don't. That's confirmation that you guys are A-okay and you're on your way. Now, what's interesting here is we have someone has cruel intentions. So I feel like this card is basically just kind of like a warning to you guys that always remember, as you rise higher in what you're doing, as you take those actions towards your goals and towards your dreams and do what it is that you want to do, not everybody is going to want to celebrate your successes and your victories with you. As much as we would love everyone to do that, not everyone is going to want to do that. There are going to be people who are going to be jealous and envious. There are people who are, unfortunately probably going to wish the worst on you. Don't let those people distract you. Don't let those people throw you off. Because once again, remember, you're on the right track. So, everyone has haters. Everyone has people that doesn't like them. That's just the nature of the beast. If everyone liked you, then you would probably actually be doing something wrong. So if someone out there doesn't like you, take that as a reminder that you're actually doing something right, and that once again, you're on the right track. So I feel like that's a card basically just reminding you that while there are going to be people around you who are going to love you and support you and want to help you, there's probably going to be people there who are going to want to tear it down at the same time too. And those people may be the adversaries here that you may have to overcome. But just remember, even those people who don't have your best interests at heart and don't like you, the only reason why they're like that is because they see you as an A-lister. They see you as a threat. They see you as somebody who is doing amazing things and making positive differences. At the end of the day, a hater is basically just somebody who is an ass backwards fan. Like, at the end of the day, they really do admire you, but they have a horrible way of showing it, pretty much, is what it comes down to, because they let their own insecurities get in the way, and they wind up allowing themselves to be more intimidated than anything else. So they do see you as an A-lister. And it's not just the people who hate you who see you as an A-lister, but it's also the people who love you. The people who are going to come along by your side and want to build and create with you and help you in your endeavors. Those people see you as an A-lister too, but they actually see it from the right perspective, where they're just like, yeah, you are awesome. I want to be around that. I want to be around somebody who's awesome. And think about it. Think about A-listers in Hollywood, right? They may have a lot of adoring and loving fans, but they have people that hate them too for absolutely no reason. So definitely pay attention to those who do love you and who do support you, because they want to help you build a life together like a fixer-upper. And I love how cards reflect to one another, because this card is definitely a very Three of Pentacles kind of vibe, because it's about building together. That's exactly the whole point. So like I said, you guys, I feel like once you go into turbo drive here and you start pursuing whatever this thing is, when that switch happens, when you start on that track, there are going to be others who are going to come alongside with you and help you build this dream life of yours, whether it's people you collaborate with and work, or whether it's, the love of your life and you guys are building a life together, a family together. However it is that looks for you, whatever situation it is for you, I feel like you're definitely going to be building something amazing with these people. We also have a few cards from the Moonology deck. And you guys got Have Faith in Your Dreams, Waxing Crescent Moon. Bring Love into the Situation, New Moon in Aquarius. And Adjustments Are Acquired, Third Quarter Moon. So let's start off with the adjustments here. And I feel like the adjustments is basically you guys going from Hermit to Chariot, because that's an adjustment, pretty much. That's a big adjustment. Like, it's a huge adjustment to kind of just going from, I'm going to hang out in my house all day in my pajamas. I'm not going to socialize with anyone. I'm not going to see people. I'm just going to pray and meditate and be with myself and be all peaceful in my own little sanctuary. And then all of a sudden stepping out there into the real world and being like, oh my God, there's people and there's traffic and there's craziness and all these other different things. So that's definitely an adjustment. But I feel like this adjustment is going to be made at some point during the fall. It may feel a little weird and a little awkward to you guys at first, simply because I feel like for some of you, you may be kind of comfortable in hermit mode. But I feel like, you know, once you really get into the motion of getting into that chariot and you really get into, you know, putting in the effort every day and taking those actions, it'll become less foreign to you. It'll feel more natural and it'll be more like, okay, yeah, I can do this. I can go kind of a thing. With bring love into the situation, new moon in Aquarius. For some of you guys, this could be quite literal. It could be basically in regards to your love life, to your love situation, that this is basically verifying that all of this here could be in regards to building that life together with somebody, and bringing love into the situation to do that. If it's not a love situation, you know, it could be just like, you know, a labor of love in terms of your work. And especially for the situations where maybe you have resistance from other people, those haters, those people who may not be the best and supportive around you, I feel like it's especially a reminder to bring love into that situation, because it's very important to remember to love our enemies. And that can be one of the hardest things to do, because they give us every reason in the world to hate them. So don't hate them. Love them instead. It's okay to not like them. There's a huge difference between dislike and hate. So it's okay to not like them. It's okay to not like what they say or what they do. It's not like you're approving that or anything. But the best thing you can do is give them grace and give them love and kind of just, you know, forgive and let go and move on. So that's definitely something that comes to me, especially in that situation, because, you know, love is all encompassing like that. And then we have faith in your dreams, waxing crescent moon. And I feel like that's something that you guys have already been learning a lot about while you've been in hermit mode. You've probably, you know, been building up your tank, pretty much building up your faith tank for going out there and making your dreams come true. And, you know, when you actually step out there and start taking actions towards it, that's really the only time you're going to have the opportunity to see that faith activated. Because as long as you're sitting back in hermit mode and you're not really doing anything and you're kind of just staying in your own safe little cozy cocoon, that's not an opportunity to have faith. It's not an opportunity to take risks. When we take risks, that's when we have to have faith. So I feel like you guys are going to have those opportunities to take risks and have faith. And that's going to require taking those actions. So it may be scary. You know, I'm not saying that, you know, you guys are just going to want to, you know, jump into the chariot all willy-nilly and like willingly and excitedly wanting to do it. Some of you guys may be absolutely terrified to do this. Some of you guys may be really nervous to do this. But I feel like for most of you, you know that getting into that chariot and, you know, proceeding forward is the right thing to do. It is the right action to take. Finally, you guys, I have a card here for you from Loving Words from Jesus, because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away. And you guys got, if you have faith, which is funny, we were just talking about faith. If you have faith as a grain of a mustard seed, you shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove. Matthew 17:20. So, if you guys know what a mustard seed is, it is super crazy, teeny tiny, ridiculously small. And so, you know, when they're basically saying have faith, that doesn't mean that you have to feel invincible in your faith. You can still be, shaking and have sweaty palms and be nervous and all those other things, but there has to be even just the smallest sliver inside of you to believe and to trust and to have faith in this happening. And you will be amazed at how powerful that is and how much that can do. So like I said, I feel like for some of you guys, it's going to be a little nerve-wracking here, going from hermit mode into that chariot in order to do what you need to do. But, it's no coincidence here that you got one card here saying have faith in your dreams, and this other one here reminding you to have faith. So faith is important. I feel like it sounds, all lovely and beautiful on paper, but when we actually do it, it can be absolutely terrifying. So I get that. I understand that completely. I've been in moments where I've had to do that myself. I may be headed in another moment of that again in the future. I more than likely will, just like all of you guys. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't do it. So definitely step out in faith, do the thing. You will be amazed. So anyways, that's what I have for you guys and what's happening for you with your fall 2021 reading. Hopefully this message, I can't talk. This message made sense for you guys. If the message did not flow, of course, just let it go. But if it did make sense, please let me know and leave a comment down below. Also, please give this video a big thumbs up. That definitely helps me out a lot. Feel free to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way. And also so you know whenever I'm going live, because whenever I go live, you will get a notification for that too. And I would, of course, love to see you at one of the lives to do a reading. And those, once again, are Wednesday nights, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I'm also open and available for private readings too. So if you're interested in a private reading, feel free to hit me up. Contact information for that is in the description box, as well as Etsy. If you're interested in this deck, Written in the Stars, once again, is what it is called, a pop culture themed deck. And yeah, so that's basically it, you guys. I just want to thank you for stopping on by and hanging out here with me for a little bit today. It definitely warms my heart and means the world to me. So I hope you guys have an amazing day. Keep sparkling. I'm sending you lots of hugs and much love. Hi, Pile 3. If you chose the orange maple leaf, then this is going to be the reading for you to find out what is in store for you for fall of 2021. All right. Get this leaf to stand up there. There we go. Okay. We're going to start off here with your tarot cards. And we have some cards from the Crystal Unicorn Tarot. I'm just going to go ahead and lay these down here. And then we'll see exactly how they connect, how they correlate to one another, and what they mean for you for this fall. So we have the Two of Pentacles, the Magician, the Moon, the Queen of Swords, and the Nine of Wands. All right, you guys. So here's what I am getting from this group. So I feel like heading into this fall season, you guys have been going through the ringer. You guys have been going through a very difficult time. That maybe your summer or just 2021 as a whole, whatever, it just hasn't been your year. It's been a time of difficulties and challenges, which isn't that surprising because, ever since the last year, I feel like it's been challenging times for a lot of people. But I'm basically getting that from the Nine of Wands coming out here. The Nine of Wands is basically the wounded warrior. Someone who has been to hell and back. Someone who has definitely been through a lot. But the good thing about the Nine of Wands is this person may be kicked down a lot, but they always get back up. They always get back up and they keep fighting. They keep going. They don't quit. They're resilient. They may be injured. Like, as you can see, this unicorn has a bandage wrapped around its head. You may be injured, but you still get back up. You may not be able to spring back up onto your feet. You may have to kind of crawl your way back up, but you still get back up and you still keep moving. Even if it's slow, even if you're limping along the way, you don't stop fighting. So I feel like you guys have a strong fighting spirit inside of you, but you've definitely been through a lot. Like, whatever you've been through this year up until this point, it has probably been understandably challenging that anyone would probably look at it and be like, I would understand if you wanted to quit. I would understand if you wanted to give up. But you don't, because like I said, you guys are super strong on the inside. But just because you're super strong on the inside doesn't mean that you're not hurting, because obviously the Nine of Wands is someone who has been hurt, and the Queen of Swords, she's basically the Ice Queen is what it comes down to here. The Queen of Swords is usually someone who has been hurt, and because of that, she's very guarded. She's very protective of herself. She can kind of come off bitchy and cold, and like I said, she's kind of just this Ice Queen. She's someone who is strong and who is powerful, so it makes sense. She would be someone who would, get up and keep fighting, not give up. Someone who is resilient, because she is a queen, she's not a page. She has authority. She has this royalty inside of her, just like I feel like you guys do. But she's also been hurt, like it hasn't been necessarily easy for her. So I feel like this is kind of where you guys have been at and where you're probably going into the fall with. And, with that, I feel like you guys know that there are changes that needs to happen, because, what's happening here with this woundedness is not sustainable. Even if you are able to push through on things, just from an emotional place, you can't keep up with the momentum that you have been going in. So we also have the moon here, and the moon can mean a couple of different things. The moon is usually feminine energy. So it may mean that you guys need to kind of tap into your feminine energy, and feminine energy is very warm, actually. It's warm and it's receptive. So maybe instead of you guys like pushing and pushing and pushing and fighting and fighting and fighting, you guys may need to kind of step back during the fall season and just receive. That doesn't mean that you're giving up on anything. It just means that you may need to kind of take a step back to allow those good things to find you, whether it's money or love or promotions or success or friendships or whatever it is. I feel like you guys may need to step back a little bit in order to allow it to come to you. And the best way to do that is in your feminine energy, which is represented here by the moon. The moon can also represent illusions and secrets too. It's about the stuff that's hidden, basically. So there may be things that you may need to discover, certain illusions that you may need to break through, illusions that may be holding you back in kind of like this Ice Queen kind of territory here of keeping you hurt, keeping you injured on the inside. So I feel like you guys may need to break through some of those types of things in order to get to where you want to go. Now, for some of you, I feel like, as my leaves are going everywhere here, for some of you, I feel like you may be balancing either a couple of different things or several different things, because that's basically what the Two of Pentacles is about. The Two of Pentacles is a balancing act. It's someone who is balancing a couple of different things or possibly several different things. And maybe that's why things have been so challenging for you. Maybe you've been through a lot, and, in order to sustain yourself, you're kind of juggling a lot of different things. You're wearing a lot of different hats. So, for example, Let's say your struggle is financial, right? So maybe your way of handling that is juggling several jobs. Maybe you're juggling more than one job in order to make ends meet, in order to pay your bills, in order to get further, in order to get ahead in life. But it could be very stressful and draining and exhausting on you, which is where that, wounded warrior comes in. And then instead of feeling grateful about the things you're juggling, you wind up, kind of feeling icy and bitter about it instead. So that could be one example. If it's not, financial, if it's not in terms of money, maybe you're wearing just like a lot of different hats in life. Maybe, you're the mom, you may even be the dad, at the same time to like a kid. You're the sister, you're the friend, you're the coworker, you're the boss, you're, the supervisor, you're the counselor, you're the, whatever it is, like you wear all these different hats in your life, and it's almost like there are all these different people who need you and want you and that kind of thing, and therefore you wind up splitting your time in all these different areas, wearing all these different hats, where it doesn't really give you a lot of time to even take care of yourself, which once again will leave you feeling pretty wounded and kind of, bitter and resentful in a sense towards the people that you are helping. So you may be wearing a lot of different hats in a lot of different ways too, and that could be juggling a lot of different things. But I feel like this juggling act here probably needs to end. That doesn't mean that you need to cut everything out of your life, but it probably means that there could be a few casualties is what it comes down to, especially if it's something that you feel obligated to, that you're not doing it because you want to do it kind of a thing. So yeah, I definitely kind of get that feeling from that card. But to go along here with the moon and that feminine energy of being a little bit more open and warm and receptive, the thing is, when we're in that receptive place, we have the ability to become the magician. And I feel like you guys have this opportunity to transform from being the wounded warrior who is, the ice queen here and wearing all these different hats and just feeling drained and exhausted from all of it. I feel like you guys have this opportunity coming up here during the fall season to become the magician instead. And the magician doesn't have to work their ass off and hurt themselves over things like the Nine of Wands. The magician instead is basically the magic manifester. Like they just attract and draw things to them. They're like a magnet. Opportunities, people, money, love, whatever it is, it just is magnetized to them. They just attract it and draw it in without barely doing much of anything. And the magician has all the tools to do it. He's got the pentacles, the cups, the swords, the wands, he's got it all. And so I feel like you guys have this opportunity in the fall to instead take the step into becoming the magician. And the best way to do that is to basically going to be kind of, warm things up here, step into that feminine energy, be a little bit more warm and open and receptive, not so icy and closed off to things. And, that'll help you draw in and attract the things that you want in your life. And when you're doing that, you won't feel like you need to have to balance 1,000,001 different things, and you won't feel so wounded and having to fight all the time for things to work out for you. So I do feel like you have this opportunity to tap into that magician energy during the fall. And another way that is really helpful to be the magician is to also be super thankful in your life, because the more gratitude you have, the more thankful you are for things, even if it's just little things, and we all have something to be thankful for in this life. If you find something to be thankful for, that's going to help speed up the process too. Even if you have absolutely nothing, if you are able to watch this video right now, however you're watching it, whether it's on your computer or on your phone, or even on a friend's phone or on a friend's computer or family members or whatever it is, if you have the ability to even be sitting online and watching this, you already have more than tons of other people. Because I promise you, there are probably people in third world countries who have no access to internet or phones or, you know, any of those modern day conveniences. I promise you, those people are not watching this. So if you're able to watch this, you already have a lot more than somebody else out there. So, you know, if you can't think of anything to be thankful for, I just gave you one thing right there. And I promise you there's probably even more, even beyond just that. So, I also have some oracle cards for you guys. I have some cards here from my own deck, Written in the Stars, and this is my very first deck. So excited. And these are general messages. So there's a little bit of everything in here. There's, you know, love stuff, career stuff, life stuff, you know, just like I said, stuff in general. And it has a pop culture theme to it, basically. So if you like that kind of stuff, you may find this deck pretty fun. It is available on Etsy for purchase if you are interested in it. But let's see what messages you guys got from Written in the Stars. It's all right, because you're saved by the bell. They would sing for you because you're their American Idol. A modern day Romeo and Juliet. My people will call your people. Okay, so with that, I'm going to start off here actually with my people will call your people. So it's interesting. When I saw this, you know, like the first thing I usually think of with my people will call your people is like networking and connecting with people, that kind of thing. But I think it's interesting because I was saying to you guys earlier how you guys need to kind of lean back, step into that feminine energy, be a little bit more warm and receptive to receive things. And if you're receiving something, you don't have to worry about you being the one to have your people call their people. Instead, they're calling you. So with this saying, my people will call your people, it's saying if you guys are being receptive and in that feminine energy, whoever this represents, whatever this call is, whether it's a love interest or job opportunity or whatever it is, you're going to be able to receive that. You know, their people, them themselves, whatever, are going to contact you. You're not going to have to be the one to go out there and contact them and chase after them. They're going to come to you. So that was the first thing that came to me with that one. Also with It's All Right, You're Saved by the Bell. You know, like literally, that's basically off of the TV show, you know, it's all right 'cause I'm saved by the bell. Anyway, yeah. So, if you enjoyed that back in the 80s and the 90s, yeah, with the Saved by the Bell reference, I mean, it's basically just that, you guys. I know that you guys have been through a lot, you know, with like the wounded warrior thing here, and you know, you guys have every right to feel hurt as that Queen of Swords. But the truth is, like I said, you guys have so much more in your life and so much more to be grateful and thankful for than you even realize, which, as I said, you tap into that. That's going to help you manifest things here as the Magician. So that's pretty much saying that you guys are okay. You guys are all right. Like everything's going to be fine. And even if you feel like you're not and you're going to miss the opportunity or you're going to miss the deadline, you're going to miss the timeline or whatever, you're not. You're saved by the bell. You're going to get it in time. You're going to get it in before time runs out. Time is not running out. Time is on your side. So try not to forget that and remember that you are going to make it through that finish line. You're going to get there. It's okay. So this is kind of just a reminder to you guys, I feel like, to just breathe. Just breathe and remember that you are okay and that you are provided for. It's gonna all pan out. Now the interesting thing we have here next is we have a modern day Romeo and Juliet. So I feel like for some of you guys, all this stuff going on here could definitely be in regards to a love situation. But what's really interesting about Romeo and Juliet is, yes, they are a love story, but they're also in opposition to one another. You know, they're in love with each other and they want to be together, but their families hate each other. You know, they're basically on opposite sides of the spectrum is what it comes down to. So you may be dealing with like a person where it could be like the star-crossed lovers kind of thing, like Romeo and Juliet. Even if you're not, it could be just like you kind of having like this opposition and resistance between you and whatever that dream is, you and whatever that goal is, kind of a thing too. It could be something like that as well. But either way, I feel like it's a very strong and a very passionate kind of love story. Like I said, I feel like for most of you guys, it probably is love related, because then we also have they would sing for you because you're their American Idol. So I feel like whoever this is in reference to, it's someone who definitely has the feels for you, someone who definitely admires you and sees your beauty and sees like how wonderful and amazing of a person that you are. You know, like I said, you're their American Idol. They would choose you. They would choose you to win every single time in the competition of life, basically. They would not be like Simon Cowell and say that, you know, no, or like Randy Jackson with "that's a no for me, dog." They wouldn't say that. So anyways, yeah, I feel like this person would choose you every single time and give you the record deal in their life is what it comes down to. So like I said, the situation, it could be in regards to love, you know, it could be you who's balancing more than one person, for example, or more than one ways to deal with the situation. It could be you who's, you know, feeling wounded and battered and all the other kind of stuff in the situation with this person. You could be icing them out, for example, with the Queen of Swords. But there are ways that you can turn this around, that you can, you know, attract in the life that you really want with your Romeo, basically, or your Juliet. And we also have some Moonology cards for you guys. And you guys got nothing will come of this situation. Void, of course, Moon. Your commitment is being tested. And the energy is gaining momentum. Waxing Moon. So with nothing will come of the situation, void of course Moon, I basically feel like it's saying that all of this, all this balancing stuff that you guys are doing with the back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and up and down and wearing different hats and all this other kind of stuff, I feel like this is not sustainable. This is just, it's not sustainable. So nothing is going to come that's going to be fruitful, that is going to be helpful, that's going to be beneficial for you guys in doing that. I feel like that's basically what that is in reference to, that you guys got to start cutting out things in your life that are not working for you. You know, if it makes you feel crappy, if it makes you feel drained and exhausted, something's got to change. You know, you got to start changing things and start doing things in a way that's actually going to be helpful for you. But I feel like, you know, this is not just happening for no reason. It's happening because your commitment is being tested. First quarter Moon. So I feel like this card very strongly kind of matches up here with that Nine of Wands. You know, the Nine of Wands, you know, being that wounded warrior, going through the battle, you know, always having to get back up and keep going and not stopping, kind of a thing. That's pretty much where your commitment is going to be tested. So, you know, I feel like you guys have been on testing ground, and, you know, I'm not going to, you know, sit here and say that the testing is going to stop altogether come the fall, because I don't believe it's anything that is worth having. It does not come easy. So there may still be moments, even in the fall, where you may still be tested dealing with things, but I feel like you're going to have opportunities to learn how to handle that better, that those opportunities are going to be revealed to you. And they're not going to be hidden anymore like they have been, and you're going to have opportunities to understand how to manifest things rather than do things in the unsustainable way you've been doing them so far. And the energy is gaining momentum, waxing moon. So, with that, you guys, like I said, I feel like you guys are reaching a pinnacle, like a breaking point, that energy gaining momentum. You're hitting a breaking point is what it comes down to here with this balancing act, with all this stuff that you guys have been carrying on your backs. You're reaching a breaking point. And when you hit that breaking point, I feel like all the things that have been hidden are going to be revealed to you, especially in terms of how to go forward in things and figuring out how to step into that magician energy. So yeah, I mean, this is not an easy route, you guys. It's not easy. And it's funny because the prior two groups that I did before you guys, everybody's reading has been a little bit different, but for the other ones, even for them, they're all going through transitions and changes right now too. So every change and every transition has looked a little different in each group, but each group, there's definitely been this theme of change and transition happening. So I feel like that's just something in the air that's going on for everybody, kind of collectively, that there's definitely a change that's happening in the fall. But however it looks for you may be different than how it looks for somebody else. Finally, you guys, I have a card here from Loving Words from Jesus, because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away. And you guys got peace I leave with you. My peace I give unto you. John 14:27. So the most important thing to remember, you guys, especially when you have felt beaten and battered down in life, and you can't keep juggling things anymore, and you would rather just ice the world out, the most important thing to remember is to follow peace. Because here's the thing, whenever I do things in my life and I don't have peace about it, it always falls apart and it doesn't go right. You gotta chase peace. And I think I actually did not a reading, it was like a sit down chit chat kind of thing. I did a chit chat, just kind of what's it called? Kind of like a heart to heart chat with you guys in a different video, and it was all about how we all need to be chasing peace in our life. Like, we all want to chase all these other things, whether it's a person or a relationship or money or job or success or whatever it is. We all want to chase like the very obvious physical earthly things, but what we really need to be chasing is peace. Like, it's totally okay to chase peace. Maybe not other stuff, but if you chase peace, oh my gosh, you're going to have so much success in your life, and all those other things that you want to chase are just going to turn around and start chasing you instead. And that's kind of where that magician comes in, and it's like you just become this magnet and you start just attracting things to you out of nowhere. So hold on to peace, you guys. It is way more valuable and way more important than what people think it is. It is highly underrated, but I definitely recommend it. So anyways, hopefully this message made sense and resonated for you. If the message did not flow, of course, just let it go. But if it did make sense, please let me know and leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you, even if it's just with a simple small emoji. And please give this video a big thumbs up. That definitely helps me out a lot. And feel free to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way, and also so you guys know whenever I go live, because whenever I go live, you'll be notified of that. And like I said at the beginning of this video, lives are every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and yeah, so I would like to see you guys come on out for that. You're more than welcome to. And private readings are open and available too. So if you're interested in one of those, my contact information and all that good stuff is down below in the description box. And if you like my deck here, Written in the Stars, that is on Etsy, and the information for that is in the description box too. So anyways, that's basically what I have going on for you guys. And I just want to thank you so much for stopping on by, hanging out here with me for a little bit today. It definitely warms my heart and means the world to me. So I hope you guys have an amazing day. Keep sparkling. I'm sending you lots of hugs and much love. Hi, Pile 4. If you chose the red leaf, not maple, just regular red, regular leaf. But anyways, if you chose this one, pile number 4, then this is going to be the reading for you to find out what is going to happen for you this fall season. Okay, so we're going to start off here with your tarot cards, and we have the Crystal Unicorn Tarot that we're going to dive into. And I'm just going to go ahead and lay down the cards here, and we're going to connect the dots, see how they relate to one another, and see what they mean for you guys. So first we have the Two of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, the Eight of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, and Temperance. Okay, so with you guys, I feel like heading into the fall, starting the fall, beginning the fall, I'm going to begin with the very first card that came out, since it was the very first one that came out. And I feel like you guys have been starting off the fall season in a Two of Swords kind of energy. So basically, what a Two of Swords energy to me is someone who is double-minded about things, which means you kind of can't make up your mind. You're kind of stuck between two different thoughts, two different ideas, two different directions, two different ways to go in life, and you don't know what to do. You don't know what to choose. You know, it's like, do you want to go out and eat Italian for dinner, or do you want to eat Mexican for dinner? Who the hell knows? You know, like, you're like, I don't know. I can't make up my mind. So I feel like you kind of have this indecisive energy going into the fall, where you just feel undecided, you don't know what to choose, you don't know what's going to be the best approach, the best decision, and that could be a lot of what's holding you back. You know, with the blindfold on there, it's like you kind of made it so you can't really necessarily see what may be the best outcome for you. And then because of that, it kind of like paralyzes you into a fear of just not making any choice at all. But when we don't make a choice, that is actually kind of making a choice all in itself. So I feel like this is kind of where you guys have been. And I know, because I've been there before in the past, you know, for a very long time. I was kind of back and forth in my head about, should I stay in LA? Should I continue to live there? Or should I take a step of faith and take a leap of faith and move back home? Should I go back to Chicago? I didn't know. I was back and forth, you know, one foot in Chicago and one foot in LA in a sense. And quite literally, I kind of did do that during the holiday season last year. I was still technically living in LA, but I was spending a lot of time here during the holidays. So it was kind of like I was in both places at once. But I had to make a decision, and I finally made the leap of faith, and I decided to move back home. But I had to make a decision, was the point. You know, you can't stay in two places at the same time forever, or, you know, in two frames of mind, or two whatever for so long. So I feel like that may be kind of how you guys have been kind of going into the fall, whether it's in regards to your career or relationship or some other change, some other situation happening in your life where you're kind of just like, I don't know. Maybe in some ways you're like me, maybe you're like a Libra, and you see all the possibilities of every situation. So I don't know, but I feel like for some of you guys, you may be kind of in that kind of place. So that's what I have going on with the Two of Swords for you guys, but there's definitely a lot more to get into here. So I feel like you guys do need to make a decision, and I feel like when you do make that decision, things are actually going to go very well. I feel like things are going to go better than you anticipated, better than you expected, because we have the Wheel of Fortune here, and the Wheel of Fortune is pretty much things moving in your favor. You know, it's not the Wheel of Misfortune, it's the Wheel of Fortune, good fortune, positive things happening, positive change. So I feel like once you guys kind of, take the blindfold off here and start making some decisions, you're going to see things move in your favor, and like let's say you make a decision, and if things were not moving in your favor, you would probably know then that decision isn't the right thing for you. But if you make a decision and doors just kind of magically open in a sense for you, you're going to know that, like, hey, yeah, I'm on the right track. I'm doing the right thing. I made the right choice. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, once you actually get beyond your indecision and double-mindedness, you will probably move into a place of seeing things move in a positive direction, into a good place. And I feel like for most of you guys on the inside, you are probably a Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles, she is an awesome energy to definitely embody. The Queen of Pentacles, she is a mother, she's a good provider, she's stable, she's reliable. Almost kind of think of it as like, like every friend group has the mom friend. Like you may kind of be like the mom friend in a sense of your friend group. So it's definitely like this very maternal, very loving kind of energy that you can count on. Like I said, someone who's stable, someone who's reliable. She's a good businesswoman, obviously being the Queen of Pentacles. Pentacles is money. So she's someone who is reliable when it comes to business. She's good at executing business decisions. She's a reliable lover as well. So she's just, solid and stable, a good queen. She's got a good head on her shoulders. She's very grounded. So I feel like that's you guys. That's you guys on the inside, which is a great energy. So I feel like once that decision does come along, once you step out of that double-mindedness and you start to see things move in your favor and move into a positive direction, remember not to get lazy with that though, because the Eight of Pentacles is about hard work. It is about diligence and persistence. So even though things may move in your favor, like I feel like it's going to be a combination of, doors opening up for you, but then it's like when those doors open up, you still got to work hard though. It's not going to be like working in vain or working in a way where it's like out of balance or anything like that. It's just, if an opportunity comes along, like let's say, for example, let's put this in kind of like job terms. Let's say you get a promotion at work. So getting a promotion at work would be things moving in your favor. The Wheel of Fortune moving in a positive direction, opening up a new opportunity for you. But once you get that promotion, you can't just, sit there and be lazy or, do the same stuff that you did when you were at your lower position. Chances are there's probably going to be a heavier workload on you. There's going to be more stuff, more responsibilities on your shoulders. So, when those new opportunities come, it may come with new responsibilities, new things that you may have to work hard at. But I don't feel like I said, I don't feel like it's going to be cumbersome work or hard labor. It's like a labor of love kind of thing, kind of goes hand in hand. It's like, which with every level that comes in life, there is more responsibility put on you. It's kind of like, for example, it's one thing to rent a property. It's another thing to own a property. When you own a property, you know, if you're not renting an apartment anymore, and let's say you go and you buy a house, you're going to have a lot more responsibilities owning a house than renting an apartment. You know, if your apartment floods or there's an infestation or whatever kind of thing happens, your landlord is supposed to take care of that. They're responsible for that. But if those things happen in your house that you own, you're responsible to take care of it. So it's a wonderful opportunity to have something like a house, but it comes with more work involved with it that you may not have if you're renting. So look at it kind of in those kind of terms. You know, same thing with like relationships. It's one thing if you're casually dating someone and you're not committed to them. But there's a higher level of commitment and there's more responsibility that comes with, you know, being committed to one another and making it official and all that other kind of stuff. So, you know, it's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing when those opportunities are opened up to you, but remember that there's still work that goes along with it. But I do feel like it is going to be even keeled, because you guys have temperance here. And temperance is about balance. So I don't feel like, you know, you guys are going to be overworked in this or anything like that, or under challenged in a sense. I feel like there's going to be a healthy balance of, you know, blessings coming along in your life and opportunities to work hard at them. That's just going to be everything balancing out, you know, things just kind of working out the way that they're supposed to. Temperance for me can also mean patience sometimes too. So it may sometimes mean, you know, just having to be patient through a situation. But, you know, usually if you are patient, those things do usually pan out and do usually work out. But it all starts with you guys making a choice. You know, that Two of Swords here is here for a reason. So I feel like you guys need to get out of this energy, because the rest of this is all very positive and good and beautiful. You know, whether you're working hard at something or not, you know, I feel like the hard work is going in towards something that is favorable and good for you and, you know, balances out your life and all those kinds of things. So I feel like that's all good. That all kind of works together. But in order to get to that, I feel like this double-mindedness and this indecision about things is going to have to go. So this is the thing that needs to be broken in order for that Wheel of Fortune to really kick in and start moving in the direction that you'd like it to go. I also have some oracle cards for you guys. First up, I have from my own deck, Written in the Stars. So my very first deck ever. So exciting. And these are basically general messages. They have a little bit of everything in them. They have love, career, your life, whatever it is. And it's written in the stars because it kind of has like this pop culture, Hollywood kind of theme to it. So if you find that stuff to be fun, you may enjoy it. And this deck is available for sale on Etsy. So let's see what your messages are from Written in the Stars. Time to make peace with your monster-in-law. Chicks before dicks, even when you're golden girls. Unexpected new beginnings, like Knocked Up. Boo, you whore, Mean Girls. Okay, interesting. We have a very interesting combination of things happening here. Okay, so for some of you guys, I feel like the things that need to basically balance out and there needs to be good favor with is family members, because we have time to make peace with your monster-in-law. Now, you may have in-laws, you may have a monster-in-law yourself, but even if you don't have in-laws at all, I feel like this is kind of just in reference to family as a whole. There could be a family member maybe that maybe some of this indecision lays with, or this double-mindedness lays with, but I feel like there's definitely some kind of issue that may be unsettled there. But I feel like with this card saying that it's time to make peace there, it's time for there to be balance in that relationship. There's time to be balance in that connection, and that it may take some work in order to, get there and do that. It's probably going to take work on both sides. It takes two to tango. So I feel like it's going to be work on both sides. But I feel like for some of you, there may be like a family kind of connection there in terms of where there needs to be some peace and some resolution come in, and where things need to move in a favorable direction for you guys. And what's really interesting here with chicks before dicks, even when you're golden girls, and boo, you whore, mean girls. These two cards very, very much so to me kind of talks about your friend group in a sense, or even just like your social circle as a whole. But these two are kind of like opposing one another, because chicks before dicks is like, your girl group, your best friends or whatever, the people you can count on. And obviously it's saying that it's like you guys are there for one another through thick and thin, through good and bad, no matter what age you are, whether you're young or whether you're old. It's like, you guys could be in your 60s or 70s and, sitting around the table eating cheesecake, talking about men and that kind of thing, even way down the road. But it's like, you guys are sisters before misters, basically, kind of a thing, that there's a loyalty that's there. So I do feel like you do have friends around you who are like that, could be friends who feel like family to you. You guys may not be blood, but that water is pretty damn strong is what it comes down to here. And then boo, you whore, mean girls. On the flip side, you could have some, people in your life that you don't necessarily get along with. It could be that family. It could be that monster-in-law. Maybe the monster-in-law is the mean girl, basically. The people that you may need to make some peace with and that you may need to get along with. That, once again, that could be where some of that indecision is kind of sitting there. That double-mindedness could be sitting there. It could be the conflict that may be happening there with the family member. The family member could be the mean girl. If not, could be somebody else in your life too. You never know. Or even just like a third possibility that popped in my head, you could have such like a sarcastic kind of sense of humor in a sense with your friends and your friend groups, that you guys could kind of like almost play mean with each other and say things like that, like, oh, boo, you whore. And it's like, you guys have no issues kind of like teasing each other and tearing each other apart, but it's all in like a loving kind of a way. So I kind of got that kind of vibe too. So there's like several different possibilities with that. It all kind of depends on what resonates best in your situation. But yeah, that's definitely interesting. And then with unexpected new beginnings, like Knocked Up, obviously in the movie Knocked Up, she becomes pregnant, and it is unexpected. And anytime there's like a pregnancy or something like that, it is a new beginning. It's a new beginning in life. And while you may not physically become pregnant in the fall, there could be some new beginnings that may be springing up in general for you guys. But I feel like these new beginnings, they're going to be unexpected. You're not going to see them coming. But I feel like those unexpected new beginnings are part of that Wheel of Fortune in motion, in movement. Because, like I said, the Wheel of Fortune is things moving in your favor, things moving in a positive direction, things changing and, going in a good type of movement, a good, favorable movement, something where there's going to be balance coming in your life. And I feel like those changes are going to be those unexpected new beginnings, but they're going to be very welcome new beginnings, positive new beginnings. It could be that a part of that new beginning could be a healthier relationship with that family member who, as of right now, maybe they're kind of that mean girl in your life. There could be some reconciliation in a sense there that's going to bring balance in that connection. So, that could definitely be very well possible. We also have some cards here from the Moonology deck. And you guys got Believe in the Impossible, Blue Moon, Surrender to the Divine, Full Moon, and What Do You Need to Release, Waning Moon. So I'm going to start off here with What Do You Need to Release? And I feel like that definitely correlates here to that Two of Swords. Once again, if you guys are feeling double-minded and undecided on something in your life, that double-mindedness is probably the thing that you need to release, because you're not going to have forward movement. You're not going to be able to see any kind of changes happen in your life as long as you're sitting in that position. Nothing can really happen one way or the other. And if you're scared to step out and find out, sometimes you just have to do that. And, even if things don't work out initially, that's okay, because, every step, even wrong steps, are eventually going to take you to exactly where you need to go, exactly to where you need to be. Sometimes we have to take detours, and those aren't always fun, but there's always a reason for those experiences. And later on, when we look back, sometimes we're actually thankful for those detours, because we may have learned something or experienced something that we wouldn't have otherwise had we gone the other direction. I feel like the thing that you guys definitely need to release is that double-minded mindset, that indecision. So that's probably the thing that needs to be released, but definitely ask yourself during the fall season what it is you need to release. I promise you, anything that you do need to release is not going to be things that you love and you care about. It's always things that are hurting you. It's always things that are not good for you. So, really, check yourself in those kinds of things and ask yourself, what is hurting me? What is it that I could do without? Kind of a thing. And then with Believe the Impossible and Surrender to the Divine, I feel like these two kind of go hand in hand together. Because, at the end of the day, in order for us to believe what is impossible, which could be unexpected new beginnings, it could be, things moving in our favor, it could possibly be reconciling with that monster-in-law who's a little bit of a mean girl in order to find that balance in our lives. Sometimes those things can feel pretty insurmountable and it can feel impossible. But whenever we surrender, whenever we let go to God, to the divine, to source, to spirit, when we hand those things over, when we lift that burden off of our shoulders, we put ourselves in a position where we can start to believe. Because at the end of the day, in addition to, like I said, the indecision and the double-mindedness here that needs to be released, a part of what needs to be released here is also just the struggle. Whatever your struggle is, anything that you love and care about is not the thing that you need to release. It is the struggle that comes with it. It is the stuff that pains you that you need to release. So, when you release those things, you're able to surrender. That's what the surrender is. It's surrendering the struggle. So try to remember that the next time someone is like, you need to surrender your twin flame or whatever it is. It's not that you have to surrender your person. It's not that you have to surrender your love. It is that you have to surrender the struggle that comes with it. That's the stuff that you don't need, that is messing up your connection, as an example. Hopefully that makes sense. I also have a loving words from Jesus card here for you, because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away. And you guys got, take therefore no thought for the morrow shall take thought for the things of itself. Matthew 6:34. So this card is basically saying not to worry about tomorrow. And maybe if you're feeling kind of double-minded about things here, maybe that comes from a place of having anxiety and fear about tomorrow. And I heard that if you're feeling depressed, it's usually because you're living in the past And if you're feeling anxiety, it's usually because you're living in the future. But if you live in this present moment, right here, right now, nothing is happening that is crazy and traumatic and terrible. You're just here and you're now and you're present. And it's really hard to stay in the present moment because our mind likes to wander around and it likes to take little trips to the past and little adventures to proposed futures. It's hard to reel it in and bring it back to that present moment, but that present moment is where we really need to be. So try to be there as much as possible. And the more you're there, the less you will need to worry about what's going to happen tomorrow. And another way that helps you to not worry about tomorrow or get depressed over the past or whatever else it is it may be is to surrender that struggle. Surrender to the divine, because when you surrender, you're not thinking about the future. You're not worried about that. You're not wound up about those things. So that's basically what I have for you guys. Hopefully this message resonates and makes sense for you. If the message did not flow, of course, just let it go. But if it did make sense, please let me know and leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you, even if it's just with a simple, small emoji. Also, you guys, please give this video with a big thumbs up. That definitely helps me out a lot. Feel free to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way, and so you guys know whenever I go live, because whenever I go live, you will be notified of that. And as I said at the beginning of this video, lives are every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I am open and available for private readings too, like I also said earlier. So information on that, my contact information, ways to get this deck that is for sale, all that kind of stuff. My deck here, Written with the Stars. All of that is in the description box. And yeah, so that's basically that. Otherwise, I just want to thank you guys for stopping on by here and hanging out with me for a little bit today. It definitely warms my heart and means the world to me. So I hope you guys have an amazing day. Keep sparkling. I am sending you lots of hugs and much love.